Honda wants to make it quite clear that it intends for the Trailsport to mean something. This is initially evident in the upgrades to the 2026 Passport Trailsport. It sure sounds like that one has received the right sort of upgrades to make it actually capable off-road. To further prove this point, Honda just took its Passport racing in the desert at the Mint 400. For those unaware, the Mint 400 is a major event on the desert racing calendar. It started back in 1968 and ran all the way up through 1988. After that, the race wasn't held for another 20 years until it resumed in 2008, and now it's owned by a team that runs the Unlimited Off-Road Racing Series, which holds other notable off-road racing events. Also, if you've seen the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, that race is what Hunter S. Thompson was covering. The Mint has a ton of different classes that range from motorcycles and UTVs to vintage military, EV, and even a hoopty class organized by the Gambler 500 folks. There are also the more traditional desert racing machines like Class 11 Bugs, Trophy Trucks, and Ultra 4s. For our purposes today, we're interested in two classes: Unlimited Truck 2-wheel drive and Stock Production Truck. Those are the two where Honda has built a version of the Passport to compete. Let's talk about the one most like the actual off the showroom floor version first. That would be the Stock Production Truck, specifically for the mini and mid class. There's also a full-size class where stuff like the F-150 Raptor and Silverado ZR2 would compete. The stock mini/mid class saw a lightly modified Passport Trailsport take on some tough competition from Ford and Chevy. When I say lightly modified, I mean it. This particular Honda Passport Trailsport gets 33-inch general grabber tires, 3-way adjustable coilovers, and better powertrain cooling. There's better air filtration to help keep the dust where it shouldn't go, and of course the team has to fit a roll cage, fuel cell, and racing seats. The actual 3.5-liter V6 and 10-speed auto are otherwise stock, as is the all-wheel drive system. One more addition is upgraded skid plates and sliders, but these parts are the sort of thing being tested to see how they might eventually fare as upgrades a Passport Trailsport owner could bolt onto their own rig. This truck is run by Honda's American Racing Team. This is a volunteer group made up of Honda engineers. They were able to bring the truck across the finish line, but based on their lap times, it looks like they had their hands full. The truck finishing at all is a huge achievement, as the Mint 400 is pretty rough on vehicles. For their class, the Hart team had a 73-mile loop which needed to be run 3 times. Their first lap was alright, but subsequent laps show that something wasn't going well or the team needed to slow way down to avoid damage. That's speculation on my part, of course, as I'm just going off the numbers posted to the Mint's result page. Regardless, the stock class Passport finished the race. Now onto the other machine Honda trotted out for this one, the Unlimited Class Passport. This one is a full-on race vehicle competing against big names, powerful trucks, and on the longer 95-mile loop, which also runs for 4 laps instead of 3. The Baja Passport race truck, as it's called, takes the body style of the Passport, but underneath is all Honda racing awesomeness. Power comes from a twin-turbo V6 making 550 horsepower. It's the same block and cylinder heads as the stock motor, but obviously there's a bit more going on. My favorite part? The 24 inches of front travel and 30 inches of rear travel, as well as the 40-inch tires. Driving the Honda Baja Passport is 18-year-old racer Ethan Ebert. He's run the Baja Ridgeline for Honda previously, and he was having a strong race right from the jump, battling with the first and second spots. But there was apparently an engine issue and he only managed 2 laps. Still, this is a first showing for a racing machine. Professional teams like Honda's learn, adapt, and move on. Honda has a strong history of doing well in desert racing over the last couple years, and I suspect this Baja Passport will be back and ready for better results in the future. And if Honda needs any help with that stock class truck, just let me know. I've driven a few things in the dirt before, and I'm more than happy to log many hundreds of miles over less than pleasant terrain. Hell, I've even driven a certain Honda truck before, albeit briefly. Come on Honda, give me a call and let me drive that thing. Either one is fine.